It's me, the Cool Boys Comics, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a Realm with the Mad God tier list. This is how it's going to work. Let's just say I like necromancer, but I think it deserves to go on B. But rogue also deserves to go on B, but I like rogue a little better, so I'm going to put necromancer behind rogue. That's in a nutshell, that's how it's going to work. Necromancer goes there. It was kind of jumbled up, but I just decided to put in order. And rogue goes there. Okay, so start off the wizard. Let's start in A tier. The wizard is always going to be around with the Mad God classic. It's a really good choice for beginners class. In a nutshell, it's great. Next up, priest. I don't know whether A or B. I'm gonna go A behind wizard. Like priest is a pretty. Actually, no, it's gonna go B. Priest is a pretty good class. The healing saves your butt a lot of time, so it keeps your class a lot longer. But it's pretty low DPS, kind of gives a bit of a setback for me. That's why it's gonna go on B. Next, the archer. Another B. No, if it's the old one, it's gonna go in front of priest, but the new bows kind of suck, so they're going behind priest. Archer is a pretty great class. The paralyze is always useful. The bow does a decent amount of damage, or at least the old bow did. And overall, Archer's a pretty decent class. Next to Rogue. I've never been a Rogue fan. Rogue's going in C. Rogue, I don't really use it that much. Yeah, I actually died because I remember I once got a Queen Stinger and the Cloak of... I think it's the Cloak of Bloody Surprises. The Lost Century Cloak. And I died with both of those items in a puppet master, so that right now me and the rogue aren't that great. Next to the warrior A tier, behind wizard. Warrior is a pretty good class, I'd say. Speedy, it's not a glass cannon, it's a titanium. It's like a steel cannon. Like, you're fast, but you're also pretty tanky. And I just like that. It also does so much DPS and attacks so fast. Union's right. The warrior is pretty OP. So warrior definitely deserves to go in A. Next to knight. It's either front of A tier or S tier. S tier. Knight is an amazing class. It's not my favorite. I will save my favorite for later. Or any Cool Boys Comics fans may know. But the knight, the sun will always be one of the best abilities in my opinion. It'll always be great. So that's the knight. Also, it's really tanky. I love high defense classes. The paladin, I'd say the front of B tier. The paladin is a pretty okay class. The DPS is decent. Wisdom's pretty easy to get, so it's not that hard to max. And the steel, it's also good. So with a few items like an Oreo and a good sword, you got a pretty good class on your hands. So Paladin is gonna go on B tier, the front of B tier. I still think it's a good class. Next, you know where this is going. Anyone who knows the Cool Boys Comics fans, it's going in D. But a few grades above D. S. Front of S. The assassin is the best class in all of Realm of the Mad God. But trust me, if this was the Blue Frog assassin skin, I'm gonna make 3 new tiers and put it at the top. That's how much I love this class. You can make such a good class with just a few daggers. Leather armor is great. The poison it's just so great. You have a bit of short range, fast mid attack damage. And at the same time, you can shoot all the way with poison and do so much damage with that. Even at level 1, the poison does a bit of damage. So even if you're on level 1 and the boss has high defense, you can still get a good soulbound. So the assassin, I could just talk hours about it. But the assassin, to make a long story short, it goes in S tier. This video is getting too long. Necromancer is going... It's gonna go... A tier. If I never really had a history of it, it's probably gonna go in C tier or maybe even D. But since I have such a long history in Necromancer, I'm gonna go with A. It's the first ever class I can get to level 20 with. It's only the class. It was the only class I really got good at. So, paladin, Necromancer, A tier. But since now I don't really use it much, and I think it kind of sucks now, it's only gonna go in the back of A. But just because I have a history of it. Next to huntress. D tier. Huntress is how I see huntress. It's some diva discount archer. Yes. The trap is pretty good every now and then, but it's only for very few occasions. The archer is just better, but it's just a bad version of the archer, really. Some diva archer. So why it's going in D. The mystic. I'm not even gonna move it. It's just gonna still sit there. The mystic also kind of sucks. Look. Wait. That's better. Okay, so the mystic, why do I don't like it? It's just, if you watch my previous video, it's literally called Why the Mystic is Stupid. It's just a pretty annoying class. It goes in D. Trickster, it may go either the back of C or the front of D. C doesn't have much, so I'll go in the back of C because I use it pretty rarely. Trickster, it's not the worst class in my opinion, but at the same time, it can't really make it to the B tier. The reason why I don't really like Trickster is because I don't have you noticed all the classes on top? It's either I have a history of them or their ability does damage. I like abilities that do damage or at least help do damage. Trickster, it's great. It's good for sprite worlds if you're competing with Elite 4 other players. Or at least half good, because you can't really do any extra DPS, but you can get there quickly, so you could get, so while they're stunned, when they teleport, you have about a second to do as much damage as you can. That's what I like about Trickster. But other than that, it's kind of a bad class. Sorcerer. It might be another S tier. Sorcerer? Also, Wizard might go to S tier as well. I know, I just want more. It's going to go in the back of S tier. Nah, A tier. Okay, so Sorcerer. What do I think of Sorcerer? It's a great class. The lightning thing, it's great for tombs, the boss fights. It's great for multiple bosses. It's also good for clearing, since the lightning bolt does a bit of damage to all the classes, to all the enemies. Which is why I like the sorcerer. Next is the ninja. B tier. Okay, so the ninja. The ninja is a pretty good class in my opinion. It's great for speedy. I just like running around. The ability does a lot of damage, I'll give it that. But other than that, I'm not really being a ninja fan. Some of you Tower fanboys are just they barrage me in comments. So, yes, I like the ninja, but I don't like it the most. Okay, we're on what I call the last three. Samurai. See, I'll go in front of Trickster. Samurai, I haven't played it in about a year. Basically, it's a mix. It's like a morph between a ninja and a knight. Oh no, not even knight, like a paladin. It's got heavy armor, and it's got the the katana, so it's speedy. And look, it's just an alright class. It's a good premise, but if you think about it, kind of sucks with. It's a good premise, but it kind of sucks compared to the other classes. So it's just going to be in the middle of C tier. Okay, next, the Bard. What do I think of the Bard? It's going to go back of C tier. The bard, it's an alright class in my opinion. They're not good enough to be C tier, but it's not bad enough to be in D tier. If it was old bows, it'll probably go here, but it's not, so it's gonna go there. So the bard, basically, you're just gonna help. You get a little extra defense from the loot, but the music thing that makes you shoot further, it only helps other classes really, because like, yeah, you can only shoot a few more tiles. Like it's good for I guess in Org 2 you can help out your allies who have ones, like in the circling red blob phase. You can do that. Other than that, doesn't really float my boat. So summoner, it's either gonna go in front of Mystic or behind it, because I think they're both equally bad. Yes, I know. Look, I'm not putting the girl classes in the bottom just because they're girls. Like, it's just the girl classes. They kind of suck. If they were, trust me, even if they were boys, they would still be going on there. So, the summoner, it's basically the Jake Paul of Realm of the Mad God. It's kind of a douchebag, really. It's just, you don't even have to do anything. Like your pets, when you summon them, they'll just do so much DPS and do all the work for you. And plus, you have the wand, so you can just sit back and do a bit of extra damage. Just summoners, they're just too broken, too good. They're going. Honestly, I think they're even more broken. They're just going in the back of D tier. Well, that's my list. Let's have a really quick recap, because I don't want this video to get too long. Assassin, in front of S tier, my channel mascot, love it. Knight, great class, love the heavy defense characters, also S tier. Back of S tier. Wizard, great class, really good choice for beginners. Next, A tier, Warrior. Warrior, like, it's fast, but at the same time, it's really tanky, love it. Necromancer. Got a pretty good history of it, but now I don't really use it that much. Sorcerer. Good. It's a really good class. I like the lightning. Like it. Next. The paladin. It's alright. I think compared to the other the other melees, it's not really, doesn't shine that much. Priest. I like how it's one of the safer classes because of the healing and the long range, but it's kind of DPS wise, it's kind of bad. Next, Archer. It's a better version of the Huntress, but the bows kind of got nerfed in the update. So, and I'm not really that good at Archers, so that's going in B tier. Ninja. It's a pretty alright class. I don't like it that much, but at the same time I don't hate it. It's just going on B. Next, C. Rogue. Don't really play it much. Never really liked it that much. C tier. Samurai, C tier. It's a good premise, but nobody really likes it. Next, Trickster. Probably one of the more okay female classes. It's good in Sprite Worlds, but other than that, it kind of sucks. Next, the Bard. You're helping your allies do more damage than yourself, so it's kind of a win-lose situation. Oh, I meant a lose-win situation. Next, Huntress. Archer discount. The ability kind of sucks. Just a pretty bad class. Mystic. Orb is annoying. Freezes everything. It makes dungeons go way slower. Kind of sucks. No, it does really suck. Next, Summoner. Too overpowered. Too broken. The pets do too much damage. Yada yada yada. I can go on for hours, but I'm not going to. Well, I hope you enjoyed my tier list. My name's The Cool Boys Comics. We can hopefully get 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment what you want to see next. My name's The Cool Boys Comics, and if you're a nerd, get out of here. Bye.